Hello everyone, so it's Brett here, Lionheart 84, and I'm just doing a quick follow-up video on the carob tree that I opened up, unboxed 2 or 3 days ago, which is Ceratonia siliqua. Now, this was advertised by Victoriana Nursery as a self-fertile plant. Now that does sort of beg the question. It's got no variety name on it. It doesn't obviously appear to be grafted, so I've decided that I wanted to do a little bit more research, a bit more detective work on this particular plant to see if I could determine its source, because one of the things about these plants, if you grow them from seed, most of them will be either male or female, but there are some hermaphrodite self-fertile varieties around which are grown commercially, obviously because you only need the one plant to get fruit. And it's quite common for Victoriana to make claims about certain plants they sell. I'm going to put on here self-fertile, hardy outdoors to -7 degrees centigrade, so it should be fine here. Now, what I thought I'd have a look at is, the first things first, I think I showed you in the video the other day, there was no obvious sign of a graft anywhere on the stem that I can see of at the moment. Now that suggests to me that more than likely, if it's not a grafted plant, i.e. grafted onto a seedling, then they might be growing from cuttings. I don't think air layers would be practical for wholesale production, but these plants may well root from cuttings. But what has interested me is, I've now done a little bit more investigating, is you should be able to read that. Now I believe that the ES on that, and looking at the size of this long pot, these are very popular, these pots in Spain, I believe the ES on that label there represents España, so Spain. Now that seems to be backed up. I've had a good look at the plant passport, and if you look at that, I think you'll be able to make that out. So if you look at the number here and here and here, obviously you can see it mentions GB in the plant passport registration number, because that's where the plant was purchased. I bought it from obviously a nursery that's in the UK. However, at the end here, you can probably see that again, it shows ES. Now that's under letter D. Now I believe the ES is where the plant originated from, so I'm going to guess that Victoriana nurseries buy these plants in wholesale as young plants from a Spanish grower. I thought they might have got them from Holland, but it looks like they might be a Spanish grower, and then they grow them on. Now if that's the case, and this is a Spanish growing plant, bring it a bit closer, if that is the case and this is a Spanish growing plant, it is quite possible that it is a self-fertile variety, because they are grown commercially in large parts of Spain, or certainly in parts of southern Spain. So I might be fortunate and this might turn out to be a self-fertile one. I don't know how long it will take to produce flowers, possibly 2 or 3 years. It's quite a good sized plant. I mean, it's a good 4 feet, maybe 5 feet tall, including the pot. So if I can keep it alive, there is a good chance of getting some fruit on it. So that was following a bit more detective work, so I thought that might interest people, that perhaps this is a self-fertile one, and I'll be able to report on that in the next year or two, provided I keep the plant alive. I'm going to leave it outside now. I don't know if they've been growing them outside in Kent, or if they've been growing them in polytunnels, but now that we're sort of arrived at the middle of March, we will certainly get frosts well into April and possibly into May, but I don't think I'm likely to get any particularly cold weather. I don't think it's going to go below -1 or -2 centigrade, and if it looks like we're going to get a very cold snap, then I'll obviously pop the plant in my garden shed overnight. But just thought I'd do a quick talk about the carob tree, and that produces like large pod type sort of fruits, which you take the beans out and you can dry them out and grind them up into a powder or flour, just much as you would with coffee, with chocolate, with cacao beans to make chocolate, and you can make a nice substitute chocolate from carob if you're interested. I don't know if the actual beans can be eaten whole or the flesh of the pod. I'll investigate that further if I ever get to the stage where it fruits, but I just thought I'd do a quick video on it, or follow-up video for anyone who might be interested on whether or not it's going to be self-fertile or not. But that's referring to the plant passport for that information. So thanks everybody for watching, much appreciate it. Please give me a thumbs up, obviously share it with anyone you think might have an interest in carob trees and whether or not they're self-fertile. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already, and obviously if you hit the bell you'll get updates on this plant and my other plants through the summer. I'll catch up with you all soon. Brett out for now.